Hi everybody, it's Nikki here and welcome to today's video. You can't see me, but I can see you. Well, I can't see you, I can see a camera. We are gonna do this way because I'm in my pajamas today and I can't be bothered to get dressed or do my makeup. So this is how we're gonna do today's Shop My Stash video. So I have my beautiful little blanket here. I was trying to find my white one, but I couldn't find the white one, so you're getting this beautiful pink and brown like leopard print. I think some of you would probably prefer this one, but I like the white one because it gives you a plain background, and yeah, but we're going to stick with this one today. So we're going to first of all go through everything from my April Shop My Stash, tell you my thoughts and opinions on them, and then we will go into the makeup drawers and Shop My Stash for May's makeup drawer. So let's start off with the bases. So we're going to start off with the two primers that I picked for March. No, not March, April. So the first of those being the Benefit Professional primer. This is obviously one of the deluxe sizes. I really like this actually for under my eyes. It really helped to fill in like the creases under my eyes to make them, this ring always spins around, to stop my under eyes from creasing. So yeah, I really like this one. I may be persuaded to purchase a full size, although this little thing will probably last me quite a long time. So if I can get away with continuing to purchase this maybe once a year, I'd be quite happy with that. So yeah, I really like that, but it will be going back into my stash. And then the other primer I had was the MAC Strobe Cream. I've got it in the Pink Light, is it? Yeah, Pink Light version. I really love this stuff. It is so beautiful to wear. I really love how it makes my skin just glow. I do use it as a primer, but I can also get away with it on its own. I'm not afraid of looking a little bit shiny. Because I have extremely dry skin, so putting a little bit of shimmer and glow onto my skin just makes me look and feel more alive. In fact, recently I was ill, very ill overnight, and when I'm ill I get like red blotchy patches all over my skin, and I suffered with that for a whole day. And then the next morning I thought, nope, I'm not going to sit and wallow. I'm going to do my makeup and I'm going to make myself feel better about myself. I still had red blotchy skin. I put some of this on to my face as my primer, and straight away my skin just looked so much better, so much healthier. I'm not saying it's medicinal, not by any means, but it just made my skin look and feel healthier. I don't know if that's all like the placebo effect in my head, but that's how I feel about this product. Absolutely love this. So glad I've got the full size, because the little minis that you get in some free gifts kind of thing, gift with purchase or something, just doesn't last me very long. But this, this will always be in my collection. I hope MAC never stop doing this product. But those were the two primers, so they'll be going back into my collection. For concealer, I pulled the Rimmel Kind and Free concealer. I'm in the shade 010 Fair. I do like this concealer, but my problem with this is it's extremely thin, and so for coverage not so great, but for not settling into the creases under my eyes, it's great. So yeah, I don't have many concealers, so this was the second time I've used this year so far. So yeah, you've heard my thoughts on this before. I do like it, but it's not my favourite. The foundation I wore this month was the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear. I am in the shade 20 Ivory, although I'm not, because this is slightly too light for me, just slightly. Just a little bit, and so I do have to kind of colour correct with like a bronzer and my powder and stuff like that. So but yeah, I am down to here so far. So where you can see the bee, I don't know if you can see that. I've got light on, but I'm not sure how much of the light you're getting. But yeah, I'm down to where the bee is in Infallible. So I've used quite a bit of this up. I am trying to finish this year, but I will be putting it back so I can use a different foundation for the month. Onto my powder now. This is the Physicians Formula Butter Believe It pressed powder. I am not impressed. I'm not impressed with this at all. If you rub your finger over the top of that, nothing comes off. Well, barely anything. Barely anything comes off it. So what I was finding myself doing was getting my makeup spatula, scraping a bit off, and then using my brush to pick it up. However, then I decided I would give the brush that comes in the back of it a go, and although I would not use this brush to apply the powder, rubbing this over the top of the powder first really releases up a lot of that powder. You need a really stiff brush. This is a really stiff, like almost like a bristly brush. So it kicks up a lot of the powder, and then I'm able to go in with my normal powder brush, which is nice and soft, to actually apply it, and that's how I've been using it. So it's really annoying that I have to kind of release the powder first with this brush, then go in with my fluffy brush to try and get the powder on my face. I'd rather just use a powder that I can dip my brush into straight away and get the product. So I will finish this at some point, but I would never repurchase this once I have finished it, because it's just a kerfuffle. And honestly, when I did apply this to my face, it then looked really kind of, it definitely highlighted some dry patches, and it didn't sit pretty on my face. I was having to really add some like MAC Fix Plus to try and de-powder myself as such, if you know what I mean. So yeah, wasn't impressed. Love the smell. The smell is absolutely gorgeous. Love the smell of this product. But I don't buy it for the smell. I buy it for, you know, hopefully a good product, and unfortunately it isn't. Moving on then to my blushes. So I had two blushes for the month. The first one was this cream blush from Beauty Bay in the shade Peaches. This was a gorgeous, stunning colour for this time of year. Really, really beautiful peach shade. Really, really nice, really easy to apply. I would just put it onto the back of my hand, and then using my finger, I would dab it in and then tap it onto my cheeks, and it just sat so nicely under on my face, and played well with the rest of my makeup. Really, really glad that I purchased all 4 shades of this, because now I have one of these for like pretty much any time of the year. Really, really love this peach shade as well. It was very like peachy, orangey kind of blush, and I don't have this shade of blush pretty much in my makeup collection, so nice to have the cream version of this. And actually this was really strong in that even once I put powder over the top, a lot of this colour still came through, and it didn't hide the majority of it, so I didn't really need to put another blush over the top. This one sort of did by itself. I didn't need to go over with a powder one. But I did pick out the W7 Blush Rebel, and I have to say this one is way too dark. It's just so dark on my skin. Even with a light touch, I still struggled to really play nicely with this one. However, what I did do with this, and I really liked it, was I actually used this in eyeshadow look and used this sort of like in the crease to darken up the crease, and I really loved this colour in the crease. So I'm debating possibly using this as a single eyeshadow rather than a blush, but I will keep it in my blush collection for now. Because I'd rather, when I finish this, say that I finished a blush rather than say I finished an eyeshadow. Yeah, I did like it, but more as an eyeshadow than a blush. Okay, moving on to the two bronzers that I had. This one is of course a depotted lipstick. This was the Revolution Soph X lipstick in Fudge, which I have depotted and melted down into this pot. I am determined to finish this up, so this is going to continuously stay in my everyday makeup drawers, so I will no longer be mentioning this until I finished it. So the next time you see this, it should be empty. But the bronzer that I picked was my Physicians Formula Matte Monoi Butter Bronzer. Again, they smell delicious. So nice. This doesn't smell of the coconut like the normal Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. It smells more like vanilla, which I'm not mad at. I love vanilla. But this is extremely, extremely light on my skin. And kind of yellowy as well. Can you see that? I hope the lighting is good. Can you see that? It kind of a bit yellowy on my skin as well. So I don't know. I only used it a few times because I was more concentrated on the cream bronzer, and that was giving me a strong enough colour on its own. So I only used this a couple of times, and the couple of times that I did, I wasn't wholly impressed. So sadly and unfortunately, my two Physicians Formula products just didn't cut it this month, just really didn't cut it. And then last for the face products, I have my Beauty Bay highlighter in the shade Glaze, and this was stunning, absolutely gorgeous, really, really pretty. Exactly what I wanted this month. Really, really pretty highlighter. Can you see that? I hope you can. Really pretty highlighter. I really, really enjoyed it. Sometimes I applied it under my powder so that it wasn't so much in your face glistening, because it really is a shimmery highlighter. But other times I slapped it on and to be honest, and absolutely loved it. So yeah, I would actually like to pick up more of the Beauty Bay face products. A couple of their blushes have captured my eye, and a couple more of their bronzers. I do have one of their bronzers in this packaging, but I would like to pick up some more in this packaging. I'm really like, I really like the look of them, and their formula is phenomenal. So I like it, I really like it, and it's really, really making me want to buy some more. So yeah, I love this product. So those were all of my complexion products. So let's move on to eyes and lips. Okay, so we have a couple of products here. For my brows, I have been using the L'Oreal Plump and Set Brow Artist. The Plump and Set Brow Artist from L'Oreal. This is in the shade Brunette. This makes my eyes feel so crunchy. Not my eyes, my eyebrows feel so crunchy. It's not great. I'm not loving it. Plus also, I think I've only had this out and open for a month or two now. I can't remember exactly when I brought it in, but I know it's not been since the beginning of the year. So it's only been open at the most 2 months, and it's already starting to feel really, really dry. I try and swirl it around, trying to get more product on the brush, and it just feels very, very dry. So I don't know if it's coming to the end. So I am going to keep it in the hopes that it is getting to the end of it and I can finish it off, because what I don't want to do is, if this is so close to being finished, putting it back into my collection and forgetting about it, and yeah, when I could be working on finishing this before my mid-year makeup inventory, reducing my brow products down by 1. So that's going to stay in. Then I had 2 eyeliners. The first one is my 24/7 Glide On eye pencil from Urban Decay in the shade 0. So it's just a plain black. I do really like this one. We have a hair right on the tip of it. I do really like this one. I love the formula. It's so creamy. I never feel like it's scratchy or anything on my eyes. I really do like it. But I'm going to pull it out for this month because I want my eye looks to be much more like neutral or much more bright. And this one just really brings the smokiness down. So that's that one. And then this Beauty Bay crayon eyeliner is in the shade Stay Peachy. To be honest, I didn't use this much. There was only a couple of eye looks that I actually used this on, but it did really lighten up the lower lash line. And once it does dry down, it doesn't go anywhere, it doesn't budge. So I was quite happy with that, but there wasn't a lot of looks that I could wear this on. So it didn't get as much use as I would have liked to give it, but happy to put that back in my collection. And then this eyeshadow stylo duo eyeshadow stick from Makeup Academy, so MUA. We have the shimmery wand on one side, and we have the matte one on the other side. Now I did use this a couple of times, and to be honest, the matte one is really stiff, but the matte side has a bit of a stiffer formula, but the shimmer side is much more creamy and easier to apply. I use the matte side as like an eye base, and then I use the shimmery side as kind of like an under the eye eyeliner, like a lower lash line eyeliner, and as an inner corner highlight kind of thing. And I really like the eye looks that I created using these. So yeah, I was happy to be able at least to play with this. I think this is probably going to come out later on in the year, during the autumn period, when I'll be doing much more orange eye looks at that time. So yeah, actually, you know what? I could keep this in for another month. Yeah, I might keep this in actually. I'm going to keep this in because I do really want to get more use out of this. I do. I think I do. This would go well with some palettes that I've got in the 50 Shades of Yellow Gold. Yeah, let's go for that. I'm going to keep that in. Okay, and then for eye creams, so cream eyeshadows, I had these two. So this one was my Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadow in the shade Issa. If you know me, you know how much I love this. I don't remember using it more than once. And I do really want to try and get this finished this year. It's extremely dry. Do you know what? I'm going to give it one more month. And if I don't use it more than once, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to declutter this one, because I do have a brand new one left in my drawers that I could be moving on to. And because that one's much more creamy, it makes me want to play with it more. But I'm so determined to finish a Colourpop Super Shock eyeshadow this year. Will this be the one? I don't want to throw it away because it's Issa. you know what, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it in the makeup drawers and try and play with it another time, a few more times. This one is the Revlon Colour Stay Cream Eyeshadow in the shade Peacock. So it is this beautiful blue shade, and I had this in for an eyeshadow look that I was doing at the end of March. So I did use it for that time, and it's a really pretty blue. Like, it doesn't swatch very well, but it's a very light blue once you swatch it. But it's a great cream base for blue eyeshadow looks. So that's why I love to play with it. It even comes with its own brush. Look, in the lid, it comes with its own brush. So yeah, I did play with this, but I'm not going to pull it for this month, so that can go back in my collection. Okay, so the eyeshadow palettes that I had for April, left over from March, because as I say, I wanted to play with a blue eyeshadow look at the end of March for my husband's birthday. So I had the BH Mesmerizing in Mykonos palette, and it looks like this. I have got to say, deeply disappointed in this. I'm sorry. This shade is too close to my skin tone, basically, that it just disappears into my skin. It doesn't really show up that well. Once blended out, it literally melds into my skin, so it didn't really have that much impact in the look. And then the two blues, this blue was a little patchy. When I applied it, when you swatch it, it's fine, but when you apply it, it was a bit more patchy and jumping around on my skin. This blue was pretty and I really liked it, but I ended up actually jumping into my Beauty Bay Midnight palette to add some extra blues to this eye look that I created with this palette, just because I felt like I wanted more. I mean, it's only a 4-pan palette, so what could they do with a 4-pan palette? But yeah, I ended up having to pull from another palette, my Beauty Bay Midnight palette, to enhance this look, because what I had here in this quartet wasn't it. It just wasn't it. So unfortunately, it's going to have to be a companion palette rather than a on its own kind of palette. But, you know, not mad about it, because, you know, it's small. It's not like it's taking up too much space in my collection, but that can go back in the drawers. The Bad Side Zodiac Air Palette from Milk Cosmetics, I did use, but I primarily stuck to this top row of peaches, which was when I used that pumpkin eyeshadow stick from when I picked up the pumpkin eyeshadow stick from MUA. So I just used these peachy shades here. Really love this shade and this shade. The two shimmers here were absolutely stunning. The peaches were fine, the mattes were fine, but nothing to write home about. But the shimmers were glorious. Really pretty. Loved this shade. This was absolutely stunning. Yeah, really pretty. Loved that so much. So yeah, that was that one, but ready to put that back. Even though I haven't used the purples, do I put it back and use the purples? I'm going to put it back into the collection. I'm sure I've got purple somewhere else that I can play around with for May. So yeah, that's going to go back in the collection. And then last but not least, the Urban Decay Naked Palette Cyber. This one I did use as well. Oop. And I've got to say, I liked it, but I wasn't blown away by it. I was hoping that some of these shades here were going to be like top, really nice, pretty, glistening topper shades, but they really weren't. I mean, this blue here is stunning. I've got to say, it is a real stunning colour, really pretty, sort of silvery blue sort of shade, really, really gorgeous. But I generally tended, as you can see from the brush is all coloured now. I did a look using this shade, which is Bite, and Electrode, and what was the other shade I used? Was it Electrode and Cyberspace, I think? Yeah. Cyberspace, which was that shade there. Can you see? I hope you can see. But yeah, so I did a much more like orange eye look with this. Not sure how to fit that blue in with this colour scheme. But yeah, I think that's my biggest problem with this palette. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. Not my favourite Urban Decay Naked palette. I think I liked the Wild West one better. But I still need to play with this more. I think that's what it is. I need to play with it more and have a play about with those colours. But not for me. So that is that. Okay, last but not least, we have our lip products. First of all, as you can see, I have got the two samples of Huda Beauty's lipsticks. We have Passionista and we have Chica. So these are the Huda Beauty Demi Matte lipstick samples. I am going to keep these two in because they are the last two that I have. Maybe May I will get them used up instead, but I did not use them up in April, so they will stay in the everyday collection. And then the only lip liner I had pulled was my Barry M in lip liner in the shade Blowout, which was this sort of shade. I do want to try and use this one up, but do you know what? I'm bored of it. I'm bored of it, and so for that reason I'm going to put it back into the collection. I pulled the PS lip liner and crayon duo, although the lip liner has now fully been finished. That's been finished for quite some time, but I did have some of the lip crayon left. I was hoping that I would get more use out of this month, but I didn't. I didn't actually get a lot of use out of it at all. Do I keep hold of it? You know what, I am going to keep hold of that. I just want to finish it, that's all. Okay, moving on to, let's do lipsticks. So the first lipstick we had was the MAC lipstick in the shade Amorous, and this was absolutely gorgeous. I loved this shade. A little bit vampy going into sort of April, May time. So I'm going to put that one back into the collection. This one is my Clinique. Is it Clinique? Yeah, Clinique in Bear Pop lipstick. And I've got to say, this is granny style lipstick. It smells like Granny's lipstick and it looks like Granny's lipstick. This is like a nude lipstick with a touch of gold shimmer in it, and it just reminds me of my grandma. This one is better used as like a topper. So if I was to wear like a lip liner underneath, or even another nude lipstick, and then I put a little bit of this over the top, then it looked fine. But on its own, no, absolutely not. No, I would never wear this on its own. It just didn't sit pretty with me. So yeah, slightly concerned how I'm going to use this up other than a lip topper. You can even see when you look closely, I don't know if you can see because of the stupid light, but it has got gold shimmer in there, lots of gold shimmer. I can see it reflecting in the light. So yeah, Granny's lipstick, but it's come from Clinique. And I think they're aimed at older women. So, and don't worry, I'm an older woman, so I can call myself a granny. It's all right. And then I had the mini W7 Lippy Chic lipstick. I didn't really get to use this very much. It's more of a pinky tone. I didn't really get to use it very much, but yeah, that one's going back in the collection. The liquid lipstick I had was from Lime Crime in the shade Cashmere. I was hoping to finish it this month, but unfortunately that didn't happen. I don't think I actually used it. Did I actually use it? I don't think I did. It is a beautiful mushroomy colour, cool tone shade, but I just didn't get around to using it. But I'm going to put it back. My two glosses, however, I don't know if you can see, but I am halfway down this Maybelline Lifter Gloss lip gloss in the shade Ice. It's just a clear lip gloss, has a little bit of a pink tinge to it, but the majority of it is clear, and I am halfway down. I could finish this in another month, but I'm not going to. I loved the formula of this, so much so I'm going to order some more of it. In maybe a few different shades, rather than just the clear one, because the formula of this, stunning. Absolutely loved it. I had to stop myself halfway through the month from using this because I knew I was going to finish it otherwise, because I just couldn't stop applying it. It was just so glorious to wear. Really, really loved this formula. So stopped wearing this about halfway through the month and started on my MAC lip gloss in the shade Ginger Snapped. And again, I am halfway through this. It is literally halfway. So yeah, I went mad on my lip glosses this month, which is probably why I didn't get much use out of the lipsticks. I really like this formula. Yes, it is quite sticky, but I don't mind that. And this colour was just stunning on me. So there it is there. It's just stunning. I really like the formula on these. My hair is normally tied up anyway, so it doesn't get stuck to my lips when I wear a gloss like this. So yeah, really, really enjoyed it. But again, I've only got half of it left. So one day, Project Pan maybe, or maybe, I don't know whether to... Could I finish some of these up before my mid-year makeup inventory? Possibly. Depends when I do my makeup inventory. But yeah, I can definitely get these two finished by the end of the year, that's for certain, because I went through them so easily this month. So that is it. That is all of the products that I was wearing throughout the month of April. So let's go into my makeup drawers and shop my stash for May. Okay, so we are starting off in my larger palette drawer. This is looking a lot more empty now that I've moved some of my big palettes up on the top. But let's think about this. Do you know what I haven't played with in quite some time? Like, I know obviously one is L'Oreal and one is NYX, but I'm thinking like for when I want a very everyday kind of one and for when I want a more brighter one. So the L'Oreal one is my Cherry My Cherie palette, and it's got all these kind of lovely sort of neutrally shades, so very much day-to-day life. I feel like I could hit pan possibly on this shade. It's quite a good dip in there going. Maybe this shade as well. And some of these like grungy greens I really like, so I'm going to pull that one in because I haven't played with that one for a while. And then this one, I do have, this is the NYX Ultimate eyeshadow palette in the brights, and these are some shimmers, some mattes. So the shimmers are this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So yeah, most of these shades look untouched. That's because they pretty much are. But yeah, I think I'd like to play with that one. Stop! She came running up, no word of a lie, so fast. But when she jumped onto my desk, she slid so far, she nearly went off the other side. So these are the swatches for some of those shimmery shades on there. As you can see, it's a very bright palette. And these are some of the shades for the L'Oreal palette there. So you can see it's quite like autumnal almost, but I'm happy to play with these colours any time of the year. So that is those ones. So I think that should do for that drawer. I might move this up to here actually, and lie that one down. Okay, so now we're in my smaller palettes and all other eye products as well. So smaller palettes this month. Kind of want something to go with those brights maybe. What about picking up? Oh, please don't break it now. Please don't break it now. Trusty tool. So this is the I Heart Revolution Oops a Daisy palette, and we got some really nice shimmers there. So give you a swatch of them there. So that's them all there. Ooh, some of them a bit powdery, but that is them there. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to pull that one in. Okay, so that's the Revolution Oops a Daisy palette. It's all stuck on my fingers now. I'm going to be glittering for days. Look at all that glitter on my hand. Okay, so that's that. I think for cream eyeshadow, what I might go for is this one. This is the Maybelline Colour Eye Tattoo in On and On Bronze. So it's like that. I have repressed mine because it was getting a bit dry. So all you got to do with these to revive them is give them a bit of a stir and they revive. So that's that one. So I think I'm going to pull that one to go under the L'Oreal palette. I think that will really help those colours pop. Eyeshadow stick. Do you know, I have not used this one. This one is another brown eyeshadow stick. Should I use a brown? No, should I use this one? I'm thinking because we've got the cream eyeshadow. Maybe for the brights one, I can use my Beauty Bay shadow stick for the Disney Colour collection. This one is in the shade Dumbo, and it's a beautiful like blue shade. So that under some of those eyeshadows might be pretty awesome. So pull that one. Now for eyeliner, I think I'm going to pull this liquid eyeliner. This is from number 7, their Stay Perfect liquid eyeliner. This was in the shade Dark Chocolate. So let's have a look. Yeah, we'll pull that one, I think. And for the lower lash line, I've got to pull the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Bourbon, just for the lower lash line. That'll be perfect. Also as well is this one doesn't quite sit in the thing properly, so the more I use it, the more I can sharpen it and get it down a bit more. I think for the colourful eye looks, I'm going to use this wet liner from Glisten Cosmetics. So there's that there. Obviously I can't give you a swatch of it because you have to water activate it, but look at that mermaid glisten. Woo! This one is in the shade Blue Lagoon. Of course. So I'm going to pull in that water activated liner and this blue one from Essence, Long Lasting Eye Pencil in 22 Turquoise. It has a bit of glitter in it. So yeah, I think I'm going to pull those. Take it we're going to have some blue mermaidy eye looks next month. And I was thinking of bringing in some new like brow products. Let me just pull that round so you can see what we're getting at. So these are all my brow products in here. And I was thinking of pulling in this. This is the Essence Eyebrow Gel. And I was thinking I've never used a pomade before, but I've really been wanting to try one. So I picked this one up because it's pretty cheap. And I thought if I'm going to try it for the first time, I want to try a cheaper product. So if I don't like it, I've not wasted too much money. This is in the shade Dark Brown. So yeah, I'm going to give that a try. See if I like a brow pomade. And brow gels. I'm going to leave the brow gel and also continue to use my the shadow that I use for my brows. I'm not picking a mascara and I'm not picking any singles. Do you know what I might do though? I might pick out this e.l.f. liquid eyeshadow in the shade Supernova. Because it's a beautiful like purpley shade, so that might go with some colourful looks as well, so we'll pick that out. But that's that for that drawer. Okay, so here we are in the face sort of drawer. So we have cream products in here. I got new organisers. So that it looks a bit more, well, organised. So I've got cream products in here. I've got bronzers here, highlighters here, blushes here, and then like palettes that have 2 or more products in them over here. So I first of all want to pull out my Pro HD Powder Contour palette from Revolution. I'm determined to get this finished this year. So yeah, I want to see how much I can get this used in the next month and see if we can work on getting some of these bronzers out of my collection, maybe even finish this powder that I repressed into here. So yeah, I want to get some use out of that. So that's basically bronzers sorted out. So blushes. We are coming up to like summertime. You keep rolling around, love. There we go. Stay. You should have kept the packet for that. So this is the Benefit California blush. Absolutely stunning. And there it is there. It did have a gold spray on it, but I finally got around to using it. So this one is a gorgeous blush. Really nice for the summer months. Coming into the warmer months, so yeah. We're going to play with that one, I think. You know, if I put that there, I might be able to get that one fit in there. Right, okay. Highlighters. I do want to bring back the highlighting stick for another go, the number 7 limited edition multi-purpose stick. We managed to get some of it down last time we used it, so that's that. There we go. So I want to get some more of that used. So I'll pull that. Do I want to use a liquid blush? I might bring in the liquid blush of Blooming. Because I'm really getting into these liquid blushes now. So that's a pretty pink colour. So I'll bring in Blooming. That was from, these are from Beauty Bay. So yeah. But highlighter, do I want to, no, that's too sparkly. Do I want to pull in this one? This is huge. You know what? That actually really goes with that blush. I quite like that with that and that blush. Nice. Okay, so bringing in the I Heart Revolution Little Mermaid blush. This is, doesn't give me a shade. Doesn't give me a shade name. It's just the, not blush, highlighter. So See the Possibilities, I suppose. That one. So that's the highlighter we'll bring in. And I think that's it for this drawer. So on to the next one. Okay, so now into foundations, primers, powders and concealers. Do you know what I think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna bring in the Last Imperfection Glow foundation, or should I bring in this one? So I haven't worn this in ages. It's extremely dark for me. But you know what? I'm going to pull it in. The Superstay Full Coverage Foundation from Maybelline. Mine is in the shade, what shade are you? Nude Beige. Definitely too dark for me. So I may bring in this one as well to mix with it. So the Collection Last Imperfection Glow Foundation. Mine is in the shade Fair 5. I think if I mixed a bit of a little bit lighter, not by much, but a little bit lighter. So yeah, I'm going to bring in these two foundations together. Hopefully with this one, lightening this one up, I can get some more use out of it. So yeah, that's it. Primer. I feel like I do kind of feel like I want to bring the MAC Prep and Prime, because I feel like with the Maybelline Full Coverage Foundation, I'm going to definitely need a very moisturised base, and this does help to moisturise my base. Yeah, I'm going to bring in the MAC Prep and Prime Natural Radiance primer. I have the pink version, so I'm going to bring that one in for my primer. And I'm going to bring in, you know what, I'm going to bring in the W7 It's Glow Prime primer. This is a glowy primer with a little bit of a tint to it as well. And maybe I can get it finished for the month in time for my mid-year makeup inventory in June. So yeah, let's try and get this finished and out of the collection before the mid-year makeup inventory. For primer, I might as well try the Maybelline Instant Age Eraser. I've got the shade 01. I haven't even, look, it's not been used yet at all. Let's try it. You know what? That's not as dark as I thought it was going to be. Yeah, let's bring that in. I know a lot of people don't like these fluffy bits at the top, but that's quite nice actually. I'm getting old, I need soft and fluffy stuff. So yeah, I'm going to bring that in. To use, I think that'll work. Yeah, let's bring that in then. So the Maybelline Instant Anti-Age Eraser, we need some of that, in shade 1. And then for powder, I do have the powder that's in the Pro HD contour palette. But let's go with the Collection Lasting Perfection Sheer Loose Powder in the Illuminating formula. It looks like that. So yeah, let's go for that. That might colour correct the foundation as well. And that is this drawer. So, last but not least, lips. Okay, so let's do this. Lips. We're going to want quite neutral lips, I think. So, I think I'm going to go with this Beauty Bay lipstick in Freckle, because that's a very neutral lip like that. And let's go for Velvet Teddy. Velvet Teddy's always a good one. Yeah, we'll go for those two. Do you know what? I want to play with this one. This is the Benefit Double the Lip They're Real lipstick. So it has kind of like a liner edge and then the colour edge. So it looks like that. I think I'm going to pull that one. And I'm going to pull this coloured lip gloss from Revolution in the shade Gone Rogue. Ooh. It's a very gloopy one. Yeah, let's try that one. As for liquid lipsticks, okay, so my camera cut off and I'm not sure exactly where it stopped. So just want to go through again the lip products I've already picked. So this here is the lip gloss from Revolution in the shade Gone Rogue. Is one of their sheer brilliant lip glosses. This shade here is the Benefit Double the Lip They're Real lipstick in Lusty Rose. So it's there. And this shade here is my MAC in Velvet Teddy. So it's one of the minis. And then this shade here is a Beauty Bay lipstick in the shade Freckle. So those are the 4 lip products we've already chosen. So I was going to pick out this Huda Beauty Liquid Matte Liquid Lipstick in Wifey as my liquid lipstick for the month. So yeah, we'll pick that one out as well. I want to try and get these little mini ones finished this year. So we do have some windowing in the bottom there, if you can see. So hopefully I might be able to get it finished. Who knows? But that's that one. And I think that is actually going to be... Oh, no, we need a lip liner. I keep forgetting about lip liners. So we do need a brown to go with all those nudes. So let's go with this W7 Lip Twister in the shade brown. So there it is. There, it's very a very hard pencil, so I may need to look for some new lip liners soon. So that's a W7 Lip Twister. So Do I want any of the others? I might go for this. Ooh. I might go for this pink one from Sleek, the Twist Up Lip Pencil in Raspberry. Because I'm thinking, well, that's a bit too pink for that one. But I don't know. It's very pink. Maybe not. Wonder if this one might be better. See how that tugs on my skin there? I might end up decluttering these lip twisters. Do you know what? I'm going to pull that one out because that one looks like it could go with these two colours better, even though this one is supposed to be a pink and these are most definitely browns. But I'm going to use that one because where's my other lip twister as well? I'm going to pull all my lip twister lip pencils. This one is in the shade Malbec, so it's a bit more of a red, like a pinky red like that. But you can see it's dragging on my skin. So I'm going to pull all of these, try them out this month, and if I don't like them, I'm going to declutter them. So yeah. So these are all my like lip balms and things, which I don't generally tend to pull. But I'm thinking I might pull this one. This one is my Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the, which flavour are you, love? Gummy bear option. And I'd heard so many people talking about these. In here we also have a little, in a nice little pouch. Look at this. Look at that. Well worth its money. This is quite expensive for a lip mask. Generally I tend to go for the free ones that come with purchase or whatever. I have given it a try once, but that's when I first got it, just to like have a feel of the formula and a smell of the thing. But it smells like childhood in there. So yeah, I want to see if I can give this one a go. Generally I don't pull my lip product, like my lip balms or lip masks, because I generally tend to stick to the ones that I'm currently using, and then I only sort of dip into here when I've finished one. But I want to play with this one. I want to give myself permission to play with this one. So we're going to pull the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in the Gummy Bears option. So yeah, that's that one. So I think that is it. That is all of the products for this month's Shop My Stash. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye. Can you see me? Bye.